Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a stained glass tree number 11. This is a mosaic glass over a silicone sheet covered foam tree. So the first thing I needed to do was to foil a bunch of mosaic glass. And as you can see, this is a full width of 7/32 inch black backed copper foil. And this is how I foil it. So I do one edge at a time. I fold it into a nice little crease at the corner, like you were, I don't know, wrapping a present or making a bed corners. You want them to be really sharp, nice corners. And then I'm going to be burnishing them down with this fid. Anyone will do, whatever you like to use, but you need to push the foil smooth on your glass. Now, if you have like a little overlap like I do right there, you can just kind of shove it in. Sometimes that works with the edge of a fid or something. Or you can use a knife like this straight edge and cut the excess off and then just kind of peel that little extra off. So you can do that if it really bothers you that you have an extra little piece there. Your work will look a lot better if you do that when you make like little goofs at times, so that you end up having it perfect before you even start soldering. Now I took a piece of silicone, just a sheet of silicone, and I cut it to the shape that I'd want, kind of like a half circle type of shape. And I used wire itself as staples to hold it together and wrapped it around my form. Now, the nice thing about using a sheet of silicone like this is it's pretty easy to do. It's easier than using like a liquid silicone. And because I'm using silicone, it's heat resistant and you can still stab into your foam tree with push pins or straight pins or another piece of wire. Lots of opportunities there. And it's a nice, sturdy, completely smooth surface to work off of. So I have a whole bunch of foiled, different shaped pieces of glass. There's a mosaic glasses. You can get them in all different colors from many different companies sell them. And they come in various shapes. You can get rectangles, squares, triangles, the diamond shape like I have at the top. So they do come in different shapes, and they're usually the same size no matter what company you get them from. So if you get all of this kind of the same, you can look at them and see if they're the same size as the other ones that you bought. But the squares are generally 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, and then all the other ones kind of go accordingly. But they usually tell you right there when you're going to buy something like mosaic squares, mosaic shapes, what the size is. So as you can see, I'm using different colors to make like different patterns going around my tree. And of course, this is completely up to you what you'd want to do. So I'm basically like going as, I'm putting one row up and then looking at another row. Now, at the beginning, you could see that wire that I have swirling up, going up and up and up my tree. I'm doing that because I wanted to have a design that swirls as it goes up, and I needed something to go off of. So a wire is just a nice indication for you to follow as you're making your design. So it's just a nice surface to work off of. Now you could tell right there, I just took a staple. It's not really a staple. It was a wire that I used as a staple, and I just pulled it out. Because as you're going to want to take out any supporting wires or push pins or whatever you used to stab through your tree to hold it in place as you go, because you want to be able to take this off the form eventually, right? And you don't want to have, your extra wires and supports to be actually soldered onto your project. So that's what I was doing there. Now, at times you may find that you don't have the right size and you're going to have to like cut one a little small or something. Like this one right here, I had to cut a smaller one. So that happens once and now and then. It's not a perfect science. You know, it's kind of like go as you can, make it up as you can. And at times I actually ran out of a color. As I said before, I like to make tons of foil a whole bunch. Like I'll foil a whole bunch of yellow squares. So I think I have enough to do any project that I'd want to do. And then when I'm working on a project, I might find that I want to use more than I ever thought I'd really want to do, and then I'd run out. So I actually had to pause this project for a little bit and order some more in. Now, the nice thing about ordering stuff on Amazon is that they ship it really, really fast. So yes, I do have I am associate with Amazon, so I do make a slight bit of money if anyone orders through my my links that I share. But you know, so you don't have to click on my links in my descriptions. They're really there just to kind of help you. But I have to give you that disclaimer that yes, I am an associate and I will get a couple cents every time people order. So, but that is one reason I do like Amazon, is that I know that I will get the stuff within a few days. And when it's something like this and you're making your project and you suddenly, you know, need more yellow squares, you don't really want to wait a couple weeks or whatever to get it from a different company sometimes. So anyways, so I am working on the top of my trees. I had taken it off the form itself, and now I'm just filling in the spaces as I go. So once you've taken it off, if you need to add anything to it, you're going to have to support the back so that, you know, you can actually hold it as you're working on it. Right now, I am using my solder iron, and I'm going around and making sure that everything is soldered, and the copper color of the foil is now all silver. So I'm not worrying as much about back soldering the inside like I do for some of my works. It's pretty sturdy. I don't really need to add that extra support, but you will see that I am at times going on the inside because I'm worried about an area or something. So that's why I'm showing you all the intricacies of doing all this soldering all the way around, just kind of keeping busy that way. This is the star I'm going to put at the top of the tree. Now, I used a pre-bought star shape, so you can get like these pre-bought star shapes. It's just really handy that way, but you do have to foil it. So you have to wrap foil around the whole star in order for it to, the solder to stick to it. And then I looked in my supply of different crystals that, of course, I've already foiled, and to see which ones will fit where. So I found a nice set of 5 that I had, which worked perfectly for the little points, and I had a nice circle that I put in the middle. Sometimes it's difficult to find really nice crystals that are clear and they're not already backed. I do have a video on how to take the backing off of crystals, but it's still time consuming, and it's much better if you can just find crystals that don't have the backing on them. So as you can see, I have all my little crystals soldered on nicely, and I am now done. I did have to back solder that to make it stronger. And then I found a nice way I could settle this onto the top of my tree and soldered it on. So wherever the tree touched the star, I added solder so that it was nicely attached. Now I had a hole going up the back of the tree, and this was on purpose because I put the LED lights, after I washed the whole thing, of course, up through that hole in the back, and then with super glue soldered it, glued it so that I had one little LED at each of the 5 points of the star at the top so that the star twinkled nicely. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of my other trees, and have a good day. Bye.